And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are back on a Friday night for the Front Row Esports Next Gen Cup Series, and it's time for the first points-paying race of the season. We are at Daytona for 125 laps here tonight. Top times are at the top of your screen, ladies and gentlemen. And how about the current rookie, Samuel Lawson, at the top of the board tonight? And let's see what he can do later in the race. Tonight, we are going to be running stages. So the first stage will end at lap 30. Stage 2 will end at lap 65. And then we run out the rest of the race. These drivers are going to get one fast repair tonight. That means if they get into an accident, inevitably the big one, right, ladies and gentlemen? The big one always happens here at Daytona. So if they get into that big one, they're going to be able to come down pit road and at the snap of a finger get a brand new car here tonight at Daytona. 75% fuel. They're not going to be able to fill their tanks up all the way. It's going to be key to watch tonight to see if these drivers are going to try and save fuel, which is very difficult to do at a super speedway. There is only a couple of minutes left here in practice, ladies and gentlemen. Waiting to hear the word from race control to head down trackside to start pre-race ceremonies here tonight. We are going to be going green flag here at about 9 o'clock. Gridding will start at 9 o'clock for sure. No qualifying. We ran the duels last week. If you missed it, go check it out on True Sim Productions. So only a few minutes left, ladies and gentlemen. I am getting word from race control that it is time to head down trackside. So if you please could rise and remove your hats for tonight's national anthem. All right, and thank you very much, Joshua Rutherford, for a great rendition of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, I say it every week, every stream we broadcast here on True Sim Productions, go check out Mullet Music Productions on YouTube. Check out some of Josh's stuff. He's a great artist. So Samuel Lawson still holding that top time right now here in practice, as we're getting ready to go to the grid here, I believe, in about a minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we just rolled over to 9 o'clock Eastern time. We are just waiting for race control to tell these drivers it's time to grid up. So, let's talk a little bit about the season. There's going to be 30 races this season. All are going to be broadcasted on True Sim Productions for Front Row Esports. It is an open setup league. We're going to be able to talk to some drivers maybe throughout the race if we get a yellow. Ask them what they're doing to that car. Make it feel a little bit better. Are they adding wedge? Are they adding tire pressure? What are these guys going to be doing to these cars? Taking a look at the number 28 of Brian Zimmerman. Now, Brian Zimmerman has been a pretty heavy hitter in some other stuff that we have broadcasted here on True Sim Productions. I'm curious to see how he's gonna do this season, but there is one person I'm gonna watch this season. I am gonna be a little biased. It is the number 12 of Sam Lawson. I've known Sam for a really long time, and it's great to see him out here on iRacing and out in this league here. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and try and see if I can't get a hold of race control real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like a lot of the drivers are on pit road. Steven Johnson's one of the only drivers out on track right now in the number 1. There we go. As I just got a message from race control as well. We are advancing. We're getting ready to go. So something interesting and a little bit different. These guys did their Daytona exactly like NASCAR does. So they did the duels last week. These guys are going to line up on how they qualified and how they won the duels. That being said, it's time to start rolling through that grid for Daytona tonight here at Front Row Esports. And Kyle Wildman Wellman's going to be starting on the pole. Chris Carroll, who is outside. Brian Zimmerman's going to be starting in third with Jess Vaught. And starting in fourth. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Starting in fifth is going to be Larry Bell with Carl Lindstrom, who is outside in sixth. Michael Wood is going to be starting seventh with Steven Johnson starting in eighth. Noel Holmberg is going to be starting in 9th position with Chris Spencer starting in 10th. Dave Mayberry is going to be starting in 11th with Kel Butler, who is outside in 12th. Moving on down through the grid, we got Logan Lax starting 13th, Dustin Lamb starting 14th. Ryan Rose, Elliott Drummond, AJ Bobiak, Chummy Miller, Samuel Lawson. Samuel's going to be starting back here in the back of the pack. Tyler Clemens in 20th, Philip Molina, Mark Arthur, Josh Beaver, Raymond Herdina, I believe is how you pronounce that, Herdina. If I mess your names up, guys, just let me know. Josh Beaver, Raymond Herdina, Tom Friedis, Justin Hardy, Jonathan Byram, Michael Doohan, Ronnie Morrison, Tanner Marr, Scotty Stevens, Scott Taylor, Hunter Lagoons, Drew Jonkman is going to round out your field this evening. We got 34 drivers here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Going to be taking the green flag this time by. 34 drivers are going to be taking on 125 laps tonight here at Daytona. Who's going to walk away with a win tonight? The first win of the season here with Front Row Esports. Oh, looks like Race Control didn't like the lineup. We're going to go around one more time. Let these guys get ready to go. Great shot of the field as they come through the tri-oval. And the biggest thing I want to see, ladies and gentlemen, are we going to see the field hopefully we're going to see them single file, right? Single file out, just kind of turn laps, be patient. But are they going to run the very bottom of the racetrack, or are we going to see them run up near the wall like NASCAR's actually been doing? I'm curious to see that. You can carry a lot more momentum on that, more momentum on the high side, but the low line has seemed to prevail a couple of times. In the last duel that we had, or the duels, I should say, last Friday night. If you haven't already, go check it out. We see you guys out in Twitch land going for Sam Lawson. Shout out to you guys for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. Shout out to everybody watching on YouTube as well. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Helps us out a ton. I think we're 4 away from 200. Lights are off on the pace car. He's going to pull down pit road. Field in the hands of the flagman on the first start. And the green flag is in the air here at Daytona. Let's see what they got. Chris Carroll actually got a really good launch there. He's going to go out to the lead, it looks like. I don't know. Yeah, they're definitely working together. So you got Kyle Wildman Wellman there in the number 42, right behind his teammate Chris Carroll. And right behind him, you got Brian Zimmerman. It's a 5 Kings 1, 2, 3, 4 on the inside lane, ladies and gentlemen. Down the back straightaway for the first time tonight. Everybody's pretty much side by side. Top lane starting to form up pretty well. And this is what I'm wondering. You see the 73 of Jess Vaught drop down in front of Chris Carroll, take the race lead. Now that top line has gotten a little broken up. They're going to have to get reformed up, see if they can't go back at it. Chris Carroll's going to duck out of line, go to the high side. These 5 King guys, they want to lead this race. They want to control it. Speaking of 5 Kings, Tanner Marr is another 5 Kings driver. Had to start in the rear of the field. And a big shout out to Tanner Marr, because the only reason he had to start in the back was because he helped me for the Clash. And, the duels, and helped me broadcast the duels. So big shout out to Tanner Marr taking an EOL at the beginning of this race. Keep an eye on him, see what happens throughout the race. We'll go back up to the front of the field here. You got Chris Carroll to the inside of Steven Johnson, and now that outside lane is starting to get that momentum like I was talking about earlier. As you see, Steven Johnson and those guys, man, they got it hooked up there up on that top side. They're right up against that outside wall, and that inside line, they're starting to lose a few cars. There's only the top 3 on the inside that are really nose to tail, and then you got a big gap further back. They need to get formed up if they're going to want to make something happen here. Only lap 3 of 125, still a long way to go. A lot of strategy to be played. Taking lap 4 here of 125. Everybody's doing a really great job. How about the 21 of Chris Spencer here, giving Steven Johnson the push to keep him out front. And Chris Carroll, he's out in dead air, basically, ladies and gentlemen. If that 83 doesn't get on his back bumper and start helping him push, they're not going to go anywhere. Chris Carroll looking to take the race lead back, and this is what we're going to be seeing all night, is the battle for this outside and inside lane. The thing is, these drivers only have 75% fuel in these tanks. Now look, Chris Carroll goes to the top side of the racetrack. He saw how much momentum there was up there, and he moved up there in front of Steven Johnson. Now they're going to try and make something happen, but that inside lane is prevailing right now with Carl Lindstrom going to the race lead. On board right now with Steven Johnson. All he can see is Chris Carroll's rear spoiler and back bumper. Gave him a little shot right there down the back straightaway. We have one going down into the grass. Not sure who that was. Lindstrom trying to work both lines right now. As you see, the momentum just pulled on the top lane by Chris Carroll. These guys are really formed up on this top lane right now. You got 3 cars nose to tail. You go back to 5th, you got Dustin Lamb. He's hanging back just a little bit, trying to keep some clean air to the front of that race car. These guys are doing awesome. Let's talk about Wellman. Now, Wellman started on the pole, and he kind of lifted a little bit to let Carroll get in front of him, and I think that's kind of hurt him a little bit. The Five Kings guys have kind of gotten broken up. If we go back a little bit further, you got Brian Zimmerman back there with Larry Bell, his teammate, right behind him, but they're sitting back there in 13th and 16th position right now. Mark Arthur out there in the number 34. He's running in 12th. He's up 10 spots since the start of this race. He's out in front of Brian Zimmerman. Now, Zimmerman could work with him, but right now, Mark Arthur, no teammates out there. But remember, this is Daytona, everybody. Once we get down to the last 10 laps, teammates are probably going to go out the window. Everybody wants to win this race. Starting to get a little spread out back here. The question is how many laps can these guys go on fuel? Lindstrom moved up to the top lane. Chris Carroll's going to drop to the bottom. Steven Johnson's going to follow him. Lap 8 of 125. These guys are doing awesome. That outside lane has lost a lot of momentum. Huge checkup on the outside lane. 33 of Drummond dropped down. He saw, I don't know if the 21 might have gotten loose, but he had to back out of it. That top lane is just going backwards right now. So now, kind of eating my own words right now, ladies and gentlemen, because Chris Carroll moved to the bottom lane. Steven Johnson followed him. I think we're going to be seeing pit stops here in, I'd say, about 15 laps, if I had to take a guess. Got one stepping out of line back here. I'm not sure who that was. Just trying to get a camera angle on him. Probably didn't like what he saw right yet. Maybe not liking the handling of that race car. And remember, everybody, we do have stages tonight. The first stage is going to end on lap 30. Coming to the line, we're going to have 21 laps to go till the first stage. And those stage points are going to matter later in the season. So everybody's going to be fighting for them. For those of you who don't know how stage points work, the winner of the stage gets 10 points. And it goes down to 1 all the way to 10th. So if you finish 10th, you get 1 point. But those are the points that matter once we get into the playoffs later in the season. That outside lane is really starting to go backwards. Mark Arthur finds his way up into 5th position. Brian Zimmerman right behind him. Carl Lindstrom, he holds on to 4th. Now remember, we saw him up near the lead, kind of working both lines. Looks like he found a comfortable spot right there in fourth. The 6 of Chummy Miller is leading this top lane right now, and he's got Elliott Drummond right behind him in the 33. So let's kind of go back a little bit further. You got the 99 of Mike Wood back here, 88 of Philip Molinaw. Logan Lax back here, kind of leading a second pack almost. For you fans of Sam Lawson out in Twitch land, Sam Lawson currently sits in P21. Sitting right behind Logan Lax right now. And these guys really need to get formed up or they're going to lose the draft, which I think they already have. Logan's about a second off of this lead pack right now, and that's not where you want to be. They're starting to get a little formed up right now. So in this pack, you got Logan Lax leading it with Samuel Lowe. Oh, we got 2 wrecking down low. No caution. I don't know. Let's go back and see if we can't get a look on that. I think you got the 007 gets loose, comes down and gets into, I believe that's a 58. Let's take a look here. Goes up the corner and gets loose, comes down, gets into the 58. The 58, he lost a lot of momentum, but he was able to keep it straight and keep going. We're going to get a caution here on lap 30, so there's still time to get back in this race. Chris Carroll coming to lead lap 13. We're going to be taking lap 14 of 125 here tonight. Steven Johnson running second with Wildman right behind him in third. Kyle Wellman's going to go to the top side of the racetrack. He saw that run coming from the number 6, Chummy Miller on that top lane. He took that to his advantage. Now he's trying to make a couple positions up right here. Are they going to have to pit before stage 1? That's the question. Steven Johnson jumped up to the top side of the racetrack. Drummond now looking for the race lead. He's got Wellman all over his back bumper. So, something else I'd like to point out, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if any of you tuned into the Clash, but you should have, because there is history between this 33 car and that number 4 car at Tanner Marr. Not saying that might turn into anything this season, but it might be something we want to keep an eye on. So back up to the front of the field, Steven Johnson trying to get that high lane to work one more time. It worked for him earlier in the race, but I don't know, maybe something going on underneath that race car. These guys are going to be able to come down and make some adjustments to these cars here at the stage break. We got 2 in the grass right now. Believe that is the 20, yeah, the 29 of Dave Mayberry. And again, no caution. Only 2 cars involved. Looks like Dustin Lamb and Dave Mayberry. Let's go back and see if we can't see what happened to these guys. Ooh. Let's get a better look at that. 25 just, or I'm sorry, is that, yeah, the 29 of Mayberry just kind of comes down on Dustin. Dustin did a really good job keeping it off that inside wall. He's going to be able to keep going. Again, going to lose a lot of track position, a lot of time, but we still have that stage break coming up here. Actually, a smart move. He's going to come down pit road. Make sure he didn't overheat those tires. Get some fuel in that car. Regardless, you know, he might be the first car one lap down when he comes back out, if anything. It's like worst case scenario. Steven Johnson is currently your race leader. Lap 19 of 125. Still a long way to go in this one. Ooh, some issues going on up at the front of the field. Is that Jess Vaught having some electrical issues under that 73? Mike Wood has found his way up inside the top 5. As I believe I missed, might have missed some green flag pit stops here. I'm not sure. Or no, Wellman and them. I know the front pack just kind of mixed up a lot. I was looking for Wellman. I didn't realize he was right behind old Tom Freitas there. Freitas up on the top lane. Right behind Mike Wood. Right behind him, you got the 51 of AJ Bobiak. It's either Bobiak or Bobiak. Let's take a look at the old chat, see how everybody's doing out there. See Twitch is popping off. Race car drama, yes please, absolutely. Lawson up to 16 and moving. I can give you a Sam Lawson update since we got some fans of his out in the chat. Sam Lawson currently running P17 right now. He's behind Logan Lax and he is out of the draft. Caution flag out on the speedway. Oh goodness. Can we see what happened here? Ooh, the 18 and the 17 made contact. Get another look at that. Yeah, they kind of make contact. The 18 just, ooh, loses it. Comes back up the racetrack, noses it into the outside wall. Everybody else doing a really good job getting around him, but Race Control going to throw the first caution of the evening here tonight. So now what do you do, ladies and gentlemen? I imagine we're going to see a ton of guys coming down pit road. All right, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Had a little issue there on the back end. Not a big deal. Got it rectified rather quickly. Lap 23 of 125. Steven Johnson, your race leader. Kind of waiting to see who's going to bring it down pit road, or if these guys are just going to save their fuel and wait it out to the end, basically. So we've had a lot of guys actually come down and pit. Kyle Wellman was one of the first drivers to come down pit road. Jess Vaught followed him with Chris Carroll, Elliott Drummond, Brian Zimmerman, Tyler Clements, Logan Lax, Larry Bell, Samuel Lawson, Raymond Herdina, Tanner Marr, Noah Holmberg. I mean, all the way on back, ladies and gentlemen. So, Steven Johnson stays out. Michael Wood, Tom Freitas, AJ Bobiak, Philip Molinaw. They all stayed out trying to get those stage points here. All right, looks like we're getting ready to re-rack them, restack them, and fire them off one more time here at Daytona, and it's going to be a 5-lap shootout to the stage end. So this is kind of a strategy that we really see in NASCAR as well, everybody. I mean, do you want to come down pit road? You know, we see it even under green flag conditions, right? Do you want to come down pit road before that caution flies for the stage? Or do you want to stay out and try and play a little bit different strategy here? So Steven Johnson in the number 1 is going to be leading the field down to the restart zone. So I know who the people over in Twitchland are going for. I need to know who everybody in YouTube chat's going for. I still have yet to make my pick tonight, ladies and gentlemen. There is just too many drivers to choose from. But green flag is back out in the air. Everybody getting a little squirrely right there. I think everybody's just trying to figure out who they want to go with, what line they want to work with. A lot of guys are jumping down to the bottom side of the racetrack rather quickly. Lindstrom getting stuck up on that top side. He does have help behind him, but they're going to have to get formed up because this inside lane is getting formed up really quick. You got 4 cars on a breakaway right now. Steven Johnson, Michael Wood, Tom Freitas, and AJ Bobiak. Kind of on a breakaway right now, top 4 cars. Going to be 5 laps to go right now. When they cross the line, will be 4 laps to go here in the stage. Steven Johnson still leading them, and this inside lane is just pulling. We're going to have one go around. Chummy Miller, or no, they're not going to go. Oh, Chummy pulls it down in front of the field. Caution flag going to fly. This is going to bust up a lot of strategies. Wow, there was a lot of people involved with that one. I don't think we got the full effect, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have to go back and take a look. I'm trying to find... We know Chummy. Let's see here. Wellman. Ooh. Yeah, that's just... Oh, wow. A lot of people getting involved in this one. Oh, wow. They're still wrecking. Let's see. Let's get a better angle of that. So there's the contact. Everything was fine right there. That's just unfortunate for a lot of drivers. See if we can't get one more look at it here. Right there, he moves up. They get into it. I mean, Larry Bell got a pretty bad piece of that as well. I mean, he had no idea what was coming. No idea what was coming at all. Let's right on board with Larry Bell, see what he sees. You hear him checking up. Then, boom, right there. Just unfortunate. Unfortunate for some of these drivers. However, they do have that quick repair in the back pocket. And now Steven Johnson bringing it down pit road. So who's going to stay out and try and get these stage points? Looks like the 18 is going to be the lucky dog on this one. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on lap 28 of 125. We're going to take our first commercial break of the evening. The stage is going to end. Well, actually, you know, we're going to wait until the stage ends. Then we'll see where they're at and maybe take a commercial break later. I don't want anybody to miss what's going on. We want to be able to follow this strategy tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get ready to go back under the green flag here. I'm not sure if this is going to end the stage or not. We're going to find out, though. I do have stuff going on in the back end, so I do apologize for the long pauses. Also trying to keep my voice to a minimum. We are still trying to get my voice back. Going to try and bring you all the action we can here tonight on True Sim Productions. I'm going to greatly thank every one of you for coming out and tuning in tonight on a Friday night. And I hope y'all are ready for the Daytona 500 this weekend. See Jason Raymond out there going for anyone 5 Kings. Sorry I'm late. Did I miss the governor making his move? No, I think he's being smart. Just kind of trying to maintain himself, riding the back, try and stay out of a lot of this stuff. But we're coming back to the green flag here, ladies and gentlemen. So with it being lap 30, I'm going to say that did end the stage, and it's going to go ahead and go to Jesse Vaught, or Vaught, I'm sorry, not Vaught, Vaught, who's actually got a pretty good jump here. He's got Hunter Lagoons on his rear end right now. Chris Carroll has found his way back up there too. Chris Carroll was one of those drivers that stayed out. We're going to be back under the caution flag once again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. That ended the stage. New league. We got to figure out their policies and stuff like that on how they throw their stage cautions. So, looks like stage one's winner is going to go to Steven Johnson. Showing him in first. I think drivers might be waiting on the... I'm not sure what everybody's doing here. I think everybody's waiting on the pace car, maybe. Yeah, pace car is coming through now. I think everybody here is trying to pit. I think Steven Johnson just rolled right past him. But Chris Carroll is going to lead a long line of drivers down pit road, I think. Now only 3 people so far. Brian Zimmerman's on pit road. I would like to bring Steven up for a quick interview. But I'm not sure if he's going to pit this time by or not. The last pit on 27. So he might stay out. We'll see. When they come, if he passes pit road this time, we'll get an interview with him. All right, looks like... let's see here. Trying to do a lot of this on the fly, ladies and gentlemen. Waiting for Steven Johnson here. See if he's going to bring him down pit road. If he doesn't, we'll go ahead and bring him on up for an interview. If I can find him. Okay, so I guess I can't move people. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I went and talked to race control real quick. Let them know that I cannot move people in Discord. So, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to have a word with our Stage 1 winner, Steven Johnson. As we're getting ready to go back, green flag racing here, lap 33 of 125. Going to be 34 when we cross the line. Pace truck's going to pull down pit road. coming to the restart zone. Green flag back out in the air. Everybody kind of slicing and dicing right now. See, this is the thing. These restarts are key. Can you get enough momentum to maybe gain a couple of spots? Get yourself in a good position for if we have green flag pit stops. The next stage, ladies and gentlemen, is going to end on lap 65. So when they take lap 66, the caution will fly. Let's do something a little special here on True Sim Productions. How about we crank it up? Gotta love the crank it up cameras, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see, it looks like maybe there was a wiggle somewhere in the middle of the pack because this top group has really pulled away. We go back to Hunter Lagoons, who is leading this second pack here on the top side as we have one down below the apron. I believe that's the 88 of Philip Molyneux. Yeah, coming back up on the racetrack. Not sure what he's going to do here. He stays down on the apron. Who comes back up onto the racetrack? Trying to hang on to it down there. He's lost a lot of momentum, a lot of positions. We're going to get another caution guaranteed on 65, though, so nothing to worry about just yet. 88 can still make a good shot at winning this race. So the top 6 have pulled away. Steven Johnson leading the charge. Mark Arthur right behind him. Now Elliott Drummond taking a peek out of line. I kind of figured he'd duck back in. I mean, you kind of want to just stay single file right now. Long way to go. You don't want to slow this lead pack down anymore. Now you have to worry about these guys working with you, though, later in the race. Are they going to pit when you come down pit road? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be coming to take a lap 40 here of 125 at Daytona. These guys are doing a great job. We're going to go ahead and take our first commercial break of the evening. Stick around.
fight with the whole shot. Burrows gets wadded up right there. We got a nasty one.
3 laps here. We're underway here at Horsepower Bar.
Shut up and sit down.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
All right, and we are back live here on True Sim Productions. Not much has changed. These guys have kind of gotten to a single file line, and they're kind of just turning some laps right now, which is awesome to see. Everybody's just being really patient, being really cordial. Steven Johnson, still your race leader. Mark Arthur running second, but Tom Freitas is out in front of Steven Johnson right now. Not sure what happened to Tom, but he is still on the lead lap as of right now. If Steven Johnson gets around him, he's going to be the first car a lap down. Still not a huge deal, but could be a problem later in the race. So we're going 3 wide here. Jess Vaught might be having some issues. Real slow here. They split him 3 wide to get around him. Mark Arthur kind of dropped off Steven Johnson a little bit. Maybe trying to either save fuel or get some clean air to the front of that race car. Cool that engine down. Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, you get up on the rear bumper of somebody, that car can't breathe. That engine's going to overheat. You could blow the motor. So Tom is leading this inside lane, but Tom is currently sitting in the 25th position. Now the 21. of Chris Spencer takes the race lead on the high line and now puts Tom a lap down. So now Tom has to worry. He does not really want to be in that lucky dog position. It's not going to hurt him all that much right now, but he doesn't want to be there. Top lane starting to form up really well. Remember, they can carry a lot more momentum up there, but they're also going to burn more fuel. Longest way around the racetrack. For everybody out in Twitch land going for the governor, Sam Lawson is sitting back in 23rd right now behind Dustin Lamb. He's got Scotty Stevens right behind him, pushing him as well. And these guys are kind of in their own little pack, kind of losing time. There's only 3 cars. Chris Spencer, your race leader right now. Carl Lindstrom running second. Elliott Drummond holding on to third with Raymond Herdina running fourth. So, yeah, this top line, ladies and gentlemen, really starting to form up. You see a lot of guys have bounced up there. Mark Arthur being one of them back there. Tom Freitas has fallen back, so I think he's just going to hang on to that lucky dog position as of right now and take it once we get that stage caution here in 15 laps. Can these drivers make it on fuel, though, to then? I don't think so. I think we're going to be seeing some green flag pit stops. Riding on board with the race leader right there, Chris Spencer, clear racetrack out in front of him. Tom Freitas, not sure what line he wants to go with, and if I was him, I'd bounce up to that top lane because they are just getting it right now on the top side of the racetrack. Drummond running second. He's up 14 spots since the start of this race. Same with AJ Bobiak. I'm going to screw that up a million times. Steven Johnson holds on to fourth. Mark Arthur. Oh, somebody getting loose back there. Who is that? It's Justin Hardy. Number 17. Oh, goes down into the grass. Trying to get it to pit road. Pulls it into his pit stall. Might be able to get a replay on that. See what happened to him here. Maybe even back it up just a little bit more. Ooh, looks like, yeah, he just gets loose coming off the corner. So these drivers, they got to make some adjustments with this race car. I mean, the weather's going to change, obviously, over time tonight. And especially, I think the sun might go down, too, here for this race. I don't know if it's going to finish under the daylight or not. I can find out real quick. No, it is not. Currently in the sim right now, it is almost 3 p.m. But we could get some cloud coverage. Could cool the track down. It's going to change the setup of these race cars entirely. A 21 car, though. He's looking real good right now out in front. Tanner Marr back here behind Tyler Clemis. Tanner Marr has been a driver. He's kind of fell off a little bit. Not sure if this is strategy or what he's trying to do here. Even Kyle Wellman leading this group of 3 right here. All 5 Kings guys Wellman currently in 13th with Larry Bell 14th and Brian Zimmerman 15th. Back up to the front of the field. Drummond now takes over the race lead. AJ right behind him. Steven Johnson holds on to third. And Jess Vaught in fourth. Ryan Rose bounces up into the fourth position. They're side by side back here for that spot. Tom's going to slot up in front of Mark Arthur. Mark's going to try and get around him. I don't think Mark wants to do that. He's out of line right now. He's just going to hit a wall of air and go backwards. So it's going to be 10 laps to go here in the stage. Drummond leading the way. Single file. Back to Mark Arthur. Then you got Tyler Clemis and Tanner Marr all by themselves. Oh, now they got the, who is that, 69er Ronnie Morrison behind them. So that's going to give them another car, be able to gain at least a little bit of speed, but they're still losing a ton of time. Tyler Clemis right now, 26 seconds off of 6th place, Mark Arthur. Again, not a big deal. We're going to get a caution here in under 9 laps. These guys will be able to catch back up. Larry Bell, Wellman, Zimmerman. I think Zimmerman right here. So what Zimmerman's trying to do is he's trying to maintain pace with Larry Bell, trying to maintain, like, keep that draft, but try and back up a little bit so Kel Butler can get his draft. They can get 4 cars together and try and run these guys down. Back up at the front of the field. Obviously, they're still single file, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we're going to be seeing a lot of tonight. It's just these guys running single file, cranking these laps out, just trying to get to the end. Trying to get them stage points. So here we're going to be 6 laps to go in the stage. Or I'm sorry, 7 laps to go in the stage. Steven Johnson's all over the back bumper of that number 33 car. I think we're going to be seeing some green flag pit stops. Mark Arthur came down pit road all by himself. No, again, not going to hurt him all that much though, right? Got a caution coming up. I think he knows that. Mark Arthur playing a little strategy. Steven Johnson now the race leader. He leaves Elliott Drummond hanging going down pit road. Steven Johnson last pit on 27. He's got Raymond Herdina behind him with AJ Bobiak following him. Tom Freitas also in this pack, trying to get his lap back the hard way before this caution comes out. Steven Johnson coming down pit road. So these guys were going to have to stop for fuel. And I think we're also going to see, once the caution comes out, they're going to come down and top off again. They want to go as long as they can. So it looks to be about 30 laps these guys can do on fuel. We're going to give them a window of 25 to 35 just to be safe. Kyle Wellman. Last pit on lap 32. So can these guys make it to the stage? Were these guys saving back here? Is that why they're so far back? That's actually a really good question. See Steven Johnson coming off pit road right now. Wellman's going to take over the race lead. Larry Bell right behind him. These drivers have still yet to come down pit road. A lot of different strategies being played right now, ladies and gentlemen. First driver that came down pits was Raymond Herdina, lap 60. Well, not the first driver, but he is behind these guys who have not pit yet. Same with Steven Johnson. It's going to be 4 laps to go right now to the stage end. Currently Kyle Wellman, Larry Bell, Brian Zimmerman. 5 Kings top 3. Ooh, these guys look like they might be getting broken up a little bit up here. You got Logan Lax up on the top side. That put Logan a lap down. Logan's current. Oh, we got pit stops happening. 5 Kings coming down pit road. Kel Butler stays out. He's going to lead a lap. He's got Logan Lax behind him. Logan wants to get around him. Yeah, try and get back on that lead lap. So Logan was able to get around Kel Butler. Kel very slow on the racetrack. Raymond Herdina and Steven Johnson. These guys must have had a great pit stop. As they did, it looks like take tires, if at least right. No, I'm sorry, 13-second stop. Oh, maybe they did take tires. It's caution's, oh, caution's out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Larry Bell. Kyle Wellman, maybe? Let's go take a look. Oh, Larry Bell. Larry Bell goes to the inside wall, and Kyle Wellman goes to the outside wall. Keeps it up there. But that was enough for race control to say, hey, not safe. Got to bring out that caution. And that's going to blow everything away right now. All that strategy gone. Now what do you do? So it's showing Raymond Herdina, the race leader. Steven Johnson's going to be second. I think Logan Lax got back on the lead lap, or he is the lucky dog. Timing and scoring obviously needs a second to catch up with itself. And these guys, I'm sure, are going to come down pit road again, top off, maybe take tires. Did that trap Zimmerman down a lap? I mean, Sam Lawson Let's see who else. Was Mark Arthur caught the lap down? No, Mark Arthur running 9th. As you see our race leaders coming down pit road, Raymond Herdina stays out. I think he's trying to get that stage win. Well, while we're under caution, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
All right, do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I have to cut that one short. I do apologize for that. A little bit of black screen as well. Got like 9 different things going on behind the scenes here. We are going to go back under the green flag this time by. Now, what's interesting about that is Raymond Herdina last pit on lap 60. Steven Johnson came down on 64. But Herdina decided to stay out. And I personally don't think that's the right strategy. He has less fuel now than everybody else, and not only that, he's going to be the leader. The best option, I think, for Herdina right now would be to probably drop back, get behind somebody, so he's able to lift off the throttle and save some fuel. Pace truck's going to pull on off. Down into the restart zone. Green flag back out in the air. So pretty good restart on both lines that time. A lot of slicing and dicing going around right now. Everybody trying to get behind who they want to. That's what a lot of this race is going to be, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to ride behind a bunch of different guys. See what their race car is going to do. How's it going to handle? Is it going to be able to take that push that you're going to give them when it comes down to crunch time? How about Tom Freitas before that caution? He was a lap down, now sitting in 8th position. A lot of these guys kind of got lucky there, like Brian Zimmerman. He was not trapped a lap down. Unfortunately, let's see here. You got Ronnie Morrison, Justin Hardy, Ryan Rose, Samuel Lawson, all those guys are a lap down right now. Same with Larry Bell, Kyle Wellman. And then you go 2 laps down to Michael Wood, Philip Molinon, Chummy Miller. Up at the front of the field. Drummond looking to take the lead back from Steven Johnson. Side by side. We come through the tri-oval. Drummond has been making that top line work. It looks like his car is really good out in front. And that's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Certain cars are going to be better as pushers, and some are going to be better as leaders, right? So, we can see that now. I mean, the 87 hanging tight with that 33, and they are gaining some distance on these guys on the bottom lane. That bottom lane just not as formed up right now. Little bobble there on the top side. They get it back in line, trying to get formed back up. We are over halfway in this race, ladies and gentlemen. And these drivers know that. And we know now that they can do about 25. We're going to say to about 35 because I'm not 100% sure. So the next round of green flag pit stops with these guys pitting on 64, we're probably looking around lap 95 to 100. But are some of these guys going to try and stretch it to where it's only going to be one more stop to the end of the race? They got 30 laps to go before they hit lap 100. And I mean, it is going to be cutting it close to make it on one more stop here tonight. Big push from the number 51 down the back straightaway. Almost tandem drafting right here up at the front of the field. They saw how much momentum that those guys had on the top side, but you see that top lane broke up. Now the inside lane, a little bit more tight. They're going to be able to start pulling away here. Everybody going to start single filing out, I'm sure, at some point, because if we're going to have green flag pit stops, you don't want to be on that top lane. You don't want to get stuck out there and have to try to pit from the top lane. Big move from, who is that back there? Just jumped up. Is that Spencer? It is. 21 of Chris Spencer. Now, him and the 33 have been kind of nose to tail for that last run. So it's not surprising to see them two working together right now. Top lane starting to get formed up once again. Got a lot of drivers. Mark Arthur's back here in the last car in this pack. Then we go back to, looks like Bell and, we're riding on board with Scott Taylor right now. Tanner Marr making a move to the high side, trying to get around them. I think he's trying to get up in front of his teammates here. These guys are 3 wide back here. They're going to have to sort this out. They're going to have to get into a line if they're going to want to make something happen. They're just losing time to that front pack right now. That is not what they want if this thing goes green flag to the end. Ooh, almost a little side-by-side contact right there between the 12 and I believe... Oh, the 12. Sam Lawson got loose. He got loose. He caught it. Good save. Doesn't look like he hit anything. Trying to get it back up to speed. Not sure if something's going on with this race car. The 12 of Sam Lawson having issues. And with no guaranteed cautions left in the race, this is not good for the number 12. These guys are still duking it out for first up here. Chris Spencer, Steven Johnson fighting over which lane's better here tonight. And it's been kind of hit and miss. The top lane has had good runs, so has the bottom. Getting 50 laps to go here, ladies and gentlemen. This race is starting to wind down. So we should start seeing green flag pit stops here in about 15 to 20 laps, I'd say. A lot of these guys are going to try and make it to the end. The problem is Chris Spencer and Steven Johnson are the two drivers that have to worry the most. They're out here leading this back, or the two lines. They're full throttle the entire time. They can't lift. And I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you lift even just a little bit, you're saving fuel. Two by two. All the way back to about 11th place. Mark Arthur again still back here in the back. He's riding behind Chris Carroll. I think these two are just kind of working together, riding. They see these guys up here. They're getting real dicey, trying to figure out where they want to be here when green flag pit stops start happening. All right, so the top line is starting to form up really well here. Oh, the 33, I think he jumped down. Now he's losing all kinds of spots back here. Oh, we got one going to the infield. Not sure who that was. Trying to get eyeballs on him. Might have been Ronnie Morrison. I believe it was. Yeah, it was Ronnie Morrison. We can go back and take a look, better look at it. He just gets loose off the corner. Great job keeping it out of that inside wall. Loses a lot of time though. So he's gonna have to get back up to speed and hopefully get back in with this pack right here and keep that draft. .47 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. These guys are doing a great job here tonight at Daytona. We're going to take another commercial break. We'll be right back.
Shut up and sit down.
Chris Fine with the whole shot. Burrows gets wadded up right there. We got a nasty one.
Three laps here. We're underway here at Horsepower Bar.
iracing, you wanted the best, you got him 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
And we're back live here on True Sim Productions. Everybody pretty much single filed out right now. Just logging laps. We're under 40 laps to go. Do want to point out, Steve Tucker. See you out in chat, brother. How we doing? Good to see you. Guys, Steve Tucker is a friend of mine. He does his own broadcasting stuff. We kind of help each other out with little tidbits of information we know. Big shout out to Steve out there in chat coming out, supporting us over here on TSP. Thank you, Steve. "38 laps to go." Chris Spencer, your race leader right now. He's got Chummy Miller behind him, but Chummy is showing a lap down. Sam Lawson. Oh, these guys are Oh, wow. I got to find these names quicker. Sam Lawson back here. He's trying to not go another lap down, right? It's not what he wants to do right now. Yeah, currently 1 lap down is Sam Lawson, but he's got to get in front of Kyle Wellman, Larry Bell, Justin Hardy, Ronnie Morrison before he's eligible for that lucky dog position. I believe he's 1 lap down. He might be 2. And if that's the case, he's got a lot more work to do than that. But if you saw it there, he stayed on the bottom side of the racetrack. Now, he didn't have to go to the top side, let these guys go around. What he's trying to do there is he's trying to break up that lead pack, break their momentum, make them go around the high side, so when they cut back down in front of him, he can suck that draft and try and get himself back in this race. But again, you see Chris Spencer has gotten out to the lead. And the thing I want to point out about that is that they moved back up to that top lane and just been pulling away ever since. These guys are going to need a caution or something here for this second pack back here. Chris Carroll, Mark Arthur fell back. I think they fell back to pick up Tanner Marr, though, in this second pack. And they're going to all try and work together. Maybe a little different try. One spinning down to the apron. Not sure who that is. Sam Lawson. Problems for the 12 again. No caution. It's going to hurt his race tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The 12, the rookie. He's struggling here at Daytona. The caution flag on the speedway. Oh no. Who was it? Let's see what happens here. Oh my goodness. Sam Lawson got caught up in an accident with Tyler Clements. Oh, and Clements trying to get it back going, comes back up the racetrack. I think that's what threw the caution. Let's take one more look at it. Comes off the corner. I mean, looked like he was trying to avoid those guys in front of him, but I don't know. Let's take one more. Let's take one more look at it. I mean, yeah, I don't know if he gets loose there, if he's trying to avoid the guys in front of him. I'm not sure. Sam Lawson, wrong place, wrong time. Was there another incident after this? Oh. Kel Butler, not sure where Tyler Clements is going. Trying to avoid him there. All right, so that's going to change a lot of things, ladies and gentlemen. We're on lap 92 of 125. This race is closing out really quick. We knew green flag pit stops were going to be coming here within this window. We are in our pit window. I don't think we're in our pit window to make it the rest of the way, though. We are probably going to see a lot of these guys come down pit road, though. So it's showing me right now that the leader is Jess Vaught in the 73. Elliott Drummond second. Steven Johnson coming third right now. We're on lap 93 of 125. It's time to get your picks out in chat, ladies and gentlemen. Who do you got for the end of this one? Like a few drivers might come back down pit road. Gonna top off one more time. Maybe try and make it here. I don't know. I think it's gonna be close. All right, the field's going to be lined back up. Pace truck's going to come on down pit road this time by Jess Vaught's going to lead them down. Chris Spencer on the outside. Through the restart zone, green flag back up in the air. It's going to be 32 laps to go. So I do want to point out that the top six, last pit, lap 92, everybody else 93. Everybody else came down and got that extra lap of fuel, that extra little splash in the tank, if you will. Great restart for the number 73 right now. Chris Spencer all over the back bumper. 31 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to start making moves to get your way up toward the front as we ride on board with Mark Arthur there for a second. Mark Arthur is stuck back here in traffic. He's got Brian Zimmerman in front of him, though. Brian Zimmerman is a good plate racer. We've seen him do it in a couple of the other leagues that we broadcast on True Sim Productions. Him and Chris Carroll are working together in his top lane. Steven Johnson up here looking to the inside. I believe that was of Sam Lawson. And Johnson almost making it 3 wide. Thought about it. Johnson is on a move right now. Trying to get up there. Everybody's starting to single file out. Tanner Marr looks like he might have got shoved out of line a little bit back here. I saw a wiggle out of the corner of my eye. It's 29 laps to go. Chris Spencer now back out to the race lead. He's got Raymond Herdina in second. Now Herdina's up 22 spots. So far, it's biggest mover. He's doing a good job out here tonight. There are lap cars in the middle of this pack. So do not be confused. You have Chris Spencer, Raymond Herdina, Steven Johnson, Chris Carroll, AJ Bobiat. You see the 10 car up there in the midst. That is Dustin Lamb. Dustin Lamb is about 8 laps down right now, I believe. We got one jumping out of line. I think that was Tanner Marr trying to get around. I think that was Noel Holmberg. Noel, I think it is Noel Holmberg. We'll just say Holmberg. He's very, very slow. He's losing a ton of time right now. So we got a little freight train starting here up at the front. Looks to be about 10 cars. We do have a lap car in the mix of them, though. Could break him up a little bit. Looks like he ducks out of line. Yeah, Dustin Lamb, he ducks out of line. He's going to fall back. 27 laps to go. Little 2-car breakaway right now. They don't want to get too far out, because if they do, these other guys are going to kind of freight train them. Coming up on another lap car right now. All right, so the lap car looked like he wasn't sure which lane he wanted to go to. Decided to go to the top lane. $25 laps to go, coming to 24. They're going to have to split another lap car. A top lane starting to form up, but pretty much everybody single file on the bottom. We're going to take our final commercial break of the evening. When we come back, we're going to the end. Stick around.
and sit down.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're gonna lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Looks like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
Oh, we're coming back, ladies and gentlemen. The big one just happened. And there was a lot of people involved. That was everybody. I'm not sure where it started. The 21 hooked the 99 and got Tom. And like, oh my God. Wow. Take another look at it. Just everybody coming in late. Cars everywhere. Oh my goodness, that is the big one here at Daytona. So who had a quick repair in the back pocket? You got 17 laps to go. This is a good chance for a lot of these guys to come down pit road. Guys who might not have been involved in this, a few drivers going to be able to get a lap back, maybe take a wave around here. Currently showing Logan Lax as the leader, everybody. Looks like Larry Bell trying to get one of his laps back here. I mean, that was just an insane wreck, ladies and gentlemen. We can go to the chopper view and maybe get another look at it. My goodness. I mean, there's a lot of drivers involved in this. Insane wreck. We knew it was coming. It was only a matter of time. The question is that going to be the only one we see? Or is there still one more big one to happen? So the driver's getting their wave around right now. Pace car lights are off. We're going to go back green flag racing. It's going to be 14 laps to go. Time to get your picks in, everybody. Who do you got? Pace car is going to pull down pit road. Green flag back out in the air. It's going to be 14 laps to go. Logan didn't get a great launch there. We got people door banging in the back. I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe we can get a replay on it. Let's see. Ooh. So Dustin Lamb, I think that's Raymond Herdina and Justin Hardy making some contact there on the initial start. We're going to go back up to the front of the field. They're coming out of turn number 4. It is going to be 13 laps to go this time by. A lot of slicing and dicing going on right now. Zimmerman's going to drop down in front of his teammate. I think that's the best call you got right now. He's going to work both lines and jump back up to the top side of the racetrack. Chris Carroll now looking for the race lead over his teammate. Riding on board with Zimmerman. You can see it in his rearview mirror. He's just got someone right up on him, and I'm telling you, that high line, man, look at it go. I mean, 3 cars just cleared Chris Carroll right there in one corner. So we're 3 wide back here. Steven Johnson, 1's getting loose, 3 getting loose. They're going down. Mark Arthur involved with this one. Noel Holmberg. Can we get a quick replay on it? Mark Arthur involved with that one. Unfortunate. back up to the action. Look at the 58 all over the back bumper of Brian Zimmerman. Chris Carroll now gets pushed out to the race lead, 11 laps to go. Now 11 laps doesn't seem like a lot, but anything can happen in those 11 laps. That high line is making moves once again. Steven Johnson out to the lead. Scotty Stevens now looking to take the lead off of him. Oh, Tanner Marr's going to go around. We're going to be under caution once again. What happened there? Come out of the corner. Ooh. Not sure. Oh, no. That is not good, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh. Tom Freitas and Tanner Marr make contact. That is not good for Tanner Marr. Not how you want to start the season. Hopefully not a lot of damage to that number 4 car, and we'll see him back up front by the end of this thing. That handed the race lead over to Steven Johnson. He was able to hold on to it. So we're under caution again. Drivers are waiting for the pace car. So now, drivers are going to have that itchy trigger finger, right? We're under 10 laps to go. When we take the green flag, we're looking at about 7 laps to go. All the cards, are on the table now. Strategy's out the window. Teammates are out the window. What are you going to do for a race win here? What are you going to do for the first win? Put yourself in the lead in points. Lock yourself into the playoffs. So Kyle Wellman has found his way up into 4th. Chris Carroll back there in 6th. Scott Taylor up 27 spots, sitting in the top 5. Tyler Clemens also up there in 2nd. The lights are off on the truck. It's time to go. Like I said, everybody's going to be 7 laps to go when we take the green flag. Who do you got here? 7 laps to go this time by. Steven Johnson in the lead. He's going to fire him off. What is going to happen? Out of turn 4. Pace truck going to pull down pit road. Flag is up in the air. They're coming down to the restart zone. Will this be the final restart? Green flag is back out in the air. Great jump for Steven Johnson. Wellman pushing Clemis. Wellman looking to go 3 wide. Thinks better of it. 7 laps. It seems like forever for these guys. Oh, is that Tanner Marr going around again? Saves it. Great job, Tanner. Great job saving that race car. Let's go back and see what happened. Ooh, those two make contact. Tanner again just getting unlucky. But a great save by the number 4 nonetheless. Back up to the front. Now Clemens leads the way. Wellman's going to go below him. Wellman's going to take the race lead. Clemens having some electrical issues going on. 33 is going to get all over the back bumper of Clemens, try and push him back up to the front. This time by. It's going to be 5 to go. You do have Kyle Wellman, Chris Carroll, teammates up front right now. Tom Friedis running in 3rd. Steven Johnson fell back to 4th. Clemens only fell back to 5th. 5 laps to go. .33 looking to take a peek to the outside of Tom. The problem is he going to have anybody to go with him? Scotty Stevens makes a move around Steven Johnson. You can put Scotty up inside the top 5. Johnson trying to push Stevens through the center of 3 and 4. These top 3 are really linked up and starting to pull away a little bit. Out of turn 4, down through the tri-oval. It's going to be 4 laps to go. So Chris Carroll jumped up to the high side. He left Wellman. Now Elliott Drummond out of nowhere. Someone into the outside wall back there in the back. They keep it straight. Oh, Drummond going to get shoved out of line by Wellman. He's going to shove him up the racetrack too. Heck of a move by Wellman. He knows it's crunch time. It's time to go. 3 laps to go. Chris Carroll leads. That high line working its magic once again. 3 laps to go. Chris Carroll leads the way. Scotty Stevens 2nd. Drummond up on that high lane. Here comes a run on the bottom. Zimmerman pushing Scott Taylor. .73 steps out of line. He's going to get put in the middle. 3 wide. Oh, he's going to turn the 8. And it's time to go overtime for ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Let's go ahead and take a look at what happened. Maybe a little contact there. 73, I mean, he just comes out and hooks the 8. Not much you can do there. And Brian Zimmerman, I tell you what, he did a good job seeing this. Watch this. I mean, he saw it coming. He moved down below the yellow, tried to give as much room as possible. Unfortunately, I mean, Scott Taylor, he was having such a good run. Oh, and gets hit after the fact. That's going to break the rear end suspension of that car. Oh, man. Unfortunate. Yeah, he can't get that car going. Oh, man, that ends the 8 cars night. That is so unfortunate. See a few drivers coming down pit road. Now, the real question is can these drivers make it the rest of the way here with this overtime? I think a few of them can. Chris Carroll last pit on lap 109. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, because this race is just getting started. I'm seeing the governor out in Twitch land saying Carroll's going to win. You know, I have my pick, guys, but every time I mention it, they get wrecked. I'm not saying nothing. Oh, is that Tom Friedis joining us in the booth for a green-white checkered? Well, who do you got? What's going on, man? What happened? You want to tell us what happened?
I seen 2 cars get together there, and I thought I avoided it. Next thing I know, I'm looking the opposite direction. So,
well, who do you got here in this overtime?
I am going to pick. I'm gonna have to go with Zimmerman. I mean, I know how good he is here. He's got a fast car. I know he can get up there, but I'm gonna honestly. I hate to say it, I think I might follow a 5 Kings driver here and try to get back to the front.
Well, as I told everybody in chat already, I have my driver pick, but I really don't want to jinx them. I will give a hint, though. They've been up front pretty much all night.
Okay, I got you. Okay. All right.
Might be on the inside lane right now. I don't know.
And it might be the 1 car?
It might be the 1 car.
10-4 on that. I mean, look, Johnson's always a good pick. He's really fast and anything and everything, so we'll see what happens.
Are you going to call this from inside the car seat or in 10th?
I mean, yeah.
All right, man. Well, hey, you know, hang out with us.
Yeah, let's do this, yeah.
Let's see what's going to happen. The pace truck's going to duck on off this time by. 2 laps to go. Chris Carroll coming out of the restart zone. Fires them off, and it's overtime here for Front Row Esports. So Carroll got a really good launch there, but he's He's got to get some teammates with him. I see Zimmy trying to work his way around Clements right now. Let's go back and take a look at Tom. Tom, you're going to have that draft, man. You got to get up there.
Yeah, we're going to have a really good run. That's kind of what my game plan was.
Back up to the front. Chris Carroll jumps up to the outside lane. That outside lane has been fast all night long. He's got Scotty Stevens all over the back bumper. Can they make it to the white flag? Here comes Steven Johnson with a push from Brian Zimmerman. They got to take the white. Down through the tri-oval. Chris Carroll's going to see the white flag. No! The caution comes out before the white flag.
What happened?
I don't know.
Mark, I think someone blew up on the track. Sounds like.
Ooh. It was between Kel Butler and old Chummy Miller. In the 69 of Ronnie Morrison. Looks like Morrison shoves it 3 wide, knocks Kel up into the outside wall. Kel bounces off the wall, comes down into Chummy Miller, and that's what brings it out. And not what Chris Carroll wanted to see.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping we would make it there to that final lap, but I guess we get another chance at it. Things to get wild again.
Now, I've been asking myself this, Tom. Can these guys make it on fuel?
Yes. Let me phrase that. Anyone who pitted under that, not this past caution, the last caution, you can make it on fuel, yes.
So I'm showing Chris Carroll last pit on lap 109. What do you think do you think he can make it?
Yes, that's when the rest of us pit. So we should be okay. Yeah. Yep.
So what was the fuel tonight? I had a guess between 25 to 35 laps.
Fuel was on average between 28 to 32.
So I was close.
That was a real good guess.
That was a very good guess. I figured it was around 30, so I'd give a 10 lap window there.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to re-rack them, restack them, and fire them off one more time here tonight at Daytona. It's no longer the Daytona 312. I think we're up to
Daytona 320
25, somewhere around there.
Sure, that sounds good. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. So how's it been on the booth for you? Been exciting? Been boring? How's it going up there tonight?
Some pretty good racing going on.
Yeah.
Just trying to bounce around the track most of the time, trying to show everybody everything we can up here. I'm one person. I'm doing the best I can.
Correct, and I know it's hard. It is always fun. Like I've noticed now, doing some broadcasts with you, and I broadcast front row with Chris on Thursdays. It's nice having multiple people in the booth.
Absolutely.
Having someone else to bounce off of. If you run out of something to talk about, it really does help. Makes it easier.
Well, I know, ladies and gentlemen, we said we'd go to the end without another commercial, but we're going to take a real quick one here while these guys finish up pace, and we're going to go back and try overtime one more time. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt kicker. The future is feeling.
And we're back live here on True Sim Productions. Chris Carroll's going to fire him off one more time, hopefully for the last time here tonight. Who's going to take home the first win of the season? There's a few drivers who were involved in a couple accidents earlier who have found their way up inside the top 10. Do not count them out because anything is going to happen here. Coming down to get the green flag, waiting for the pace truck to pull off. He does. Now field in the hands of Chris Carroll in the restart box. Green flag back out in the air. 2 laps to go. Now, Tom pretty much let the cat out of the bag and said who my pick was. That's Steven Johnson in the number 1. Right now, second. He's made a couple big moves to try and get up there. They got to get back to that white flag, though, and it's, I don't know, they're really slicing and dicing right now. Down the back straightaway. Steven Johnson jumps up in front of Scotty Stevens and goes blowing around the 97 of Chris Carroll. They move up to the high lane. Brian Zimmerman's going to follow him. Now Scotty Stevens looks to the outside of Steven Johnson going for the race lead. Here comes Brian Zimmerman staying on the top lane. Can they get the white flag? One in the wall. White flag goes out. This is it. The wreck behind them doesn't matter. We're going to say green flag. Brian Zimmerman looked like he backed up to get a run. Kyle Wildman Wellman, it looks like back there. Maybe, no, that's Chris Carroll trying to make a move in the final stretch. Scotty Stevens leading it into 3 and 4. One's going to go down below. A few more are going to wreck. The 33 turns to 0-2.
Tanner.
It's 3 wide coming to the finish. They're wrecking. I don't even know what happened. The 33 is going to win. But I don't know. That was, oh, wow. We got to back that up, ladies and gentlemen, and get a better shot at that coming out of the corner, out of turn 4, and see what exactly happened. I mean, there was a lot going on there.
That was, wow.
Let's go to the chopper here.
Yeah.
Ooh. 33 came down again and hit Scotty Stevens, turned him to the inside wall. That was not intentional, obviously, but wow. I mean, whew, racing hard for a win. Might not have known he was 3 wide right there. Doors him right there. Doors him right there. And just comes home with it.
Whew, man, that was intense.
That was an interesting finish.
Yeah. Whew. Let me find our top 3 here.
Yeah, if you want to pull them up in the broadcast waiting room, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Let these guys kind of calm down a bit. When we come back, post-race interviews, everybody stick around.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Back live here on True Sim Productions, and we are getting ready to interview our third place finisher of Chris Spencer, the number 21. If you can bring him on up, Tom.
Yep.
And there we have it. Chris Spencer and the number 21 coming home in third position tonight. First thing I got to ask you, Chris, what'd you see out of your front windshield there? Because there was a lot going on those last 2 laps.
A lot of jostling and moving around. That was a wild finish there. Man, what a race. First off, I got to apologize to some of the drivers earlier. I got into the back, I think, of the 99 there. And it turned him. For some reason, I was behind him. We just weren't going anywhere. And I was trying to push him forward and instead turned him. So I apologize to him for that. But other than that, that was wild.
Yeah, I mean, you guys put on one heck of a show. I mean, how did the 21 feel tonight? It looked like you had that car set up pretty well. You were out leading the race, and you seemed like you liked that high line a lot better than the low line.
Yeah, the car set up. The car was great. I had a really, really good car tonight. I liked it out front, and the back was a little free in traffic, so I didn't really like sitting back there too much. I got out front there, and with pit stops and everything, kind of got shoveled back into the pack there, and finally got back to the front. Just not enough time to try to work it out at the end.
Well, hey, man, you come home in third place tonight. It's a good way to start off the season. Good points tonight for the number 21. Who do you got to shout out?
First, my teammate, Raymond there. I think he came on second there, so got us both on the podium there. So good job there. Of course, everyone, all the drivers, Front Row Esports, True Sim Productions, my team, Smoke Show Race, NSR TV Network, all the guys over there. Just good stuff. Great race tonight.
All right, man. Congratulations on getting a third place finish here tonight at Daytona. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Tom.
Yep.
And Tom, I believe you're now catching up with our second place finisher, Raymond
Yes.
Herdina.
Yeah, Raymond, welcome. You're joining Sam and Tom up here in the booth. So, second place on your basically rookie debut here for Front Row with Front Row here in the Cup Series. How'd tell us about your race, man?
I'll tell you what, that was all around. It was a good experience. Drafting Daytona, especially the next gen cars, is one of my favorite platforms. But not only that, like you said, runner-up finish, rookie debut in this league is hands down. I obviously don't sound like I'm at a loss for words, but I kind of am. But I had a stage win, second stage. I won that stage. Yep. And then a runner-up. I started 13th on that last restart to come back and finish runner-up.
Yeah, there was that last restart there was pretty crazy. There were some cars kind of all over the place, and it was pretty intense. But yeah, I mean, so your teammate there, Chris Spencer, finishing third. It's a good. I'd say it's a good start to the season there for your team. Huh? What do you say?
Absolutely. I'm really, really glad that Chris was able to finish runner-up or third place there, podium. Mm-hmm. When we're going down the backstretch, he was in third place, and I just had this crazy run. I made some aggressive moves to get to where I had to. All of a sudden, I was on his bumper, and I pushed him, and we went down low. Him and the leader kind of tangled up there, and that was pretty unfortunate, but I felt like if Chris stayed in line and the other guy stayed in line and that didn't happen, I was committed to pushing Chris to the win. So I'm bummed he didn't get the win, bummed I didn't get the win, but to get runner-up in third place, I'm very happy. And Chris, he was explosive on the radio, like third place. He was really excited. So, yeah, I mean, in the end, it worked out really well. We top three. I couldn't ask for anything better due circumstance, but I really wish I could have pushed him to the win. Yeah, I mean, all in all, though, I mean, awesome job tonight. Great to see, especially, when it's let's say your rookie season in a new league, right? It's always nerve-wracking. You don't know everybody. You don't know
who's going to work with you, who's not going to work with you. So to get a second place at a plate track, that one gives you confidence going to Auto Club, right? And two lets drivers know, like, hey, I'm here. I'm someone you can work with. I'm someone who you can race with, and I'm going to be here for a long time. So
that's right. That's right.
Yeah. So again, awesome job there on P2. So.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. No, and well put. Plate track, especially when you're in these kind of situations where you got teams with multi-cars, they all want to work together. When we got to the first green-white checker, coming to that restart the first time, I got on the radio with Chris and I said, hey, he kept talking about this guy, they're willing to work with us, and I was like, I got on the radio, I was like, dude, I'm in 13th right now. Like, I'd love to just make a plan and work with people, but here's the thing: we got to get to the front first. So, the goal is to get aggressive, get to the front, and if we're there at the front, then let's line up and just make sure we got the speed to get there and to keep that lead. So at that point, it was just like I told him, I was like, I don't care who wants to work with me and who I can work with. I've worked great all race long with other people. I think the number one, me and him went into the pits together right before that second stage, around lap 60. And I outbraked him going into pit road. Almost got a speeding penalty. I was doing about 68 when I entered pit road, but got me out in front of him. Got the stage win. But I worked pretty good with a lot of people. Obviously with Chris, I've raced with a lot of times with. But I told him that at the end, I was like, there's no plan now. We just got to get out front, and then we get committed. But hey, absolutely, man, and well put. And I just I'm here to race and have fun. I'll get aggressive when I have to, but I'm not out there to move people out of the way and be that kind of aggressive. I just put myself where I need to and then get it done at that point. But I can't believe it, man. A stage win and a runner-up finish. I'm elated, and for the first time with this league, race one, Daytona. Anything can happen at Daytona. You can win, you can finish last, and have all the strategy you want. But for it to end that way, my smile is ear to ear, if you could ever see it.
Well, I believe it, and hopefully this gives you some momentum there going into next week, and maybe we'll get to see you again next week.
I appreciate it, man. Good chatting with you, and I look forward to it.
All right, sounds good, man.
All right, man. Take it easy.
You too. All right, so that was Ray, our second place driver. So we find our winner tonight, Elliot, in the number 33. Where is he? There he is. Elliot, it's Tom and Sam up here in the broadcast booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, I do.
So, hey, do you want to take it, Tom? It's up to you.
No, you got it. Go ahead.
All right, man. Well, hey, Elliot, you coming home with the win tonight. First thing I got to ask, what was it like on that last lap, and what did you see? We got Chris's view, and we got Ray's view of it. Got to hear yours.
Well, none of that contact with I'm not sure what his name was. That was not intentional. Dooring him twice. I didn't even mean to turn him. I was gonna push him and then make a move. So apologies to him. I did not mean to do that. I swear. I don't mind a little rubbing, a bit of rubbing, but none of that was intentional. But I was on that last restart. I was up there in the top 3, and I got shuffled to the bottom. I'm like, okay, the bottom is not the place to be. So no matter what, I stuck to the top on that last restart. I just went with everyone on the top. And, the top was kind of just the way to go. And I was able to get to second. And then, obviously, I said I was going to push him. I don't know. I must have just was kind of excited on the last lap. So I might have just turned him. But I wasn't lifting either, so. But I really thought I was going to win the race, honestly, in the span where, and 95 to 110, because I think I, at that point, saved enough fuel to make it to the end, and I don't think anyone else could have. So when that caution came out, I was bummed, honestly. I was bummed. But I can't explain it to you. It's Daytona. I can't explain anything to you because I'm not a good plate racer. I don't even know how I won this thing.
Well, hey, man, you came home with the win. You got to be happy about that. You're starting off the season with a good points run. You're going to be leading the points, obviously. You're locked into the playoffs with this win. So what's the strategy with this momentum going forward?
Just win more.
Short and sweet and to the point. Would love to hear it. Tom, do you have anything for our race winner?
Nah, I just want to, congratulations on, first points win here of the season. Obviously winning Daytona. It's, good confidence there going to Auto Club next week. So congrats on that. And I got a feeling we'll be seeing you more here in the broadcast booth. And, I wish you the best of luck next week at Auto Club.
And last thing, real quick before we let you go, who do we get a shout out on that number 33 for taking home this win?
Whoever the person was behind me pushing me, that was able to, that allowed me to get up to, the leader. I don't know his name, but whoever was pushing me. I mean, thank you.
All right, man. Well, hey, we're gonna let you go celebrate this win. And like Tom said, man, hopefully we'll see you next week.
I will be here. Thank you. It was a great race. Also, awesome.
All right. That was our race winner, Elliot Drummond, coming home with the win here tonight at Daytona. And Tom, any final thoughts before we send it off?
I just, like always, got to thank True Sim Productions for our Friday nights to do awesome job. And Sam, you always do a great job and everything. And, of course, got to thank all the admins for Front Row and everything they do. And, of course, got to thank all of our drivers. Without the drivers, we wouldn't have a show to put on. So thank you to all them. And that's about all I got. And we will see you next Friday as we get ready to go tackle Auto Club in these next-gen cars.
All right, man. Well, then that is going to do it for us here on True Sim Productions, ladies and gentlemen. Front Row Esports, race number 1 of 30, Daytona, going to Elliot Drummond tonight. And with that being said, as you heard it from Tom, we'll see you next week for Auto Club here on True Sim. Same time. Don't miss it. It's going to be a great season. That being said, we're going to get out of here, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good one, ladies and gentlemen.